welcome back to my channel, Book Talks with Yo. My name is Yoanna and today I'm sharing with you 5 things that I wish I knew the first time I participated in NaNoWriMo. So this is essentially the last Preptober video before NaNoWriMo starts next week. I hope you are all feeling ready and that you have your plots and stories outlined and your survival kits prepared, as we're about to embark on this challenging journey real soon. Today I'm sharing with you 5 things that I wish I knew the first time I participated, so if it is your first time or you're just feeling nervous about it even though it's your 10th time, then this video might be useful for you. As well as that, I have a little surprise at the end of the video, so stick around to find out what it is. And without further ado, let's just get into the video as we have no time to waste. The first thing is a little reminder that I feel like most of us need around NaNoWriMo, and this is that it's important to have fun and actually enjoy the experience. I know that it's very challenging and, to be honest, borderline insane to write all those words in just those 30 days, but it shouldn't be a source of anxiety, stress, or negative emotions for you, because what we're trying to do here is essentially improve our writing skills, enjoy the experience of writing, and hopefully this is supposed to help us form a long-lasting habit of writing every day. However, this won't be possible if you start seeing NaNoWriMo as this unpleasant ordeal that you just want to get over with, and if you start associating all those irksome emotions with the process of writing. So I do realize that even if you start very positive and excited about the experience, you will have those days when you just won't feel like writing, and this is totally normal. But what I mean is, if those bad days when you feel bad about writing are more than the good ones, then maybe you should just put off NaNoWriMo for this year and try again next one. The second thing is somehow connected to the first one, and it is to start with the right mindset. Now, don't begin writing with the attitude that you have to do this at any cost, and that if you don't write those 50,000 words, then you're a bad writer and you should just give it up altogether, because this is the most toxic mindset that you can have about NaNoWriMo. It's okay if you don't win the challenge. It's okay even if you write just 10,000 words or even less. It's important because you still showed up, which is better than not showing up, and you still put some extra work for your novel, because it might be just 5,000 words, 2,000 words, but it's more than nothing. It's more than you had before that. And just the fact that you showed up and you're willing to devote more time to writing makes you a better writer than you were yesterday. So don't put too much pressure on yourself, because you're just going to get burned out, and chances are you wouldn't want to look at your keyboard for the next 5 months. Another key thing for setting the right mindset from the beginning is to promise yourself not to compare yourself to others. I will repeat this because it's very important. You are not supposed to compare your writing to other people's writing. And I'm talking both about published authors and about other people participating in NaNoWriMo. I actually remember, I think it was the first week in my first NaNoWriMo, and I was actually feeling very positive about my progress, because I had promised myself that I would write, I think it was 2,000 words a day or something like this, and it was going good. But then I actually stumbled upon someone else's stats on NaNoWriMo, and they had written something like 16,000 words in those 6 or 7 days. And this almost put me into writer's block. I started doubting myself. I started wondering whether I was good enough to do this. And I actually felt like an amateur or even an imposter. So if I could go back and tell 17-year-old me that it's alright and everyone's writing process looks differently because this is something highly individual, I would. So now I'm telling you, don't compare yourself and don't compare your writing journey, because everyone's looks very differently. Everyone writes in a different manner. So just take your time and write in the way that works for you. The third thing is to not be afraid to share with other people that you're participating in NaNoWriMo. The first time I participated, I think I only told 2 people before signing up or something like this, and I never really shared anything about my process or my progress with them, because it is a silly notion, but at that point it sounded very logical in my head. I was thinking that if I share with more people, and if I shared how my process was going, how I was progressing, and then if I failed, they would think less of me or something like this. As I said, I do realize now that this is not the case, but at that point, that sounded very true to me. And I know that this is the case for many other people, so this advice is for you out there. No one is going to laugh at you, so share with your friends. Sharing with your closest ones can be very beneficial for your journey, because firstly, it can keep you accountable, but not in the sense of I should finish this challenge because otherwise those people would laugh at me, because no, they're not going to laugh at you, they're your closest people. But knowing that your loved ones know that you're participating may encourage you to just keep on going so you can share the sweet victory and success with them later. Secondly, you will need that support system, and the best way to build that support system to have when things get a little bit rough and emotional in November is to actually share with people how you're progressing, what you're writing about, how you're feeling during your journey, and things like this. And believe me, it is good at the end of the day, you have someone that you can write at like 2 a.m., you can text them and say that you're stress eating your last bucket of ice cream because your characters are not cooperating, they're driving you mad, and you still need to finish your daily goal. Next one is a thing that I read some time ago somewhere on the internet, and it really resonated with me, as this can be a game changer for perfectionists like me. So the fourth one is to look at the draft that you write during NaNoWriMo as your zero draft, not your first draft. This is genius when you think about it, because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves thinking that we should get the story right the first time. But this is not our first draft, this is our zero draft. This is just us trying to assemble all those random thoughts that are fighting in our head about this new world and those new characters, and to get all of this mess down to the page. As I said, it's going to be messy, and it should be messy, honestly. There is no other way. You are in a hurry, so don't expect a perfect story from the first time. But yeah, if you are expecting to write this neat story in those 30 days that you just have to quickly polish afterwards, just, correcting a few typos here and there, adding a few sentences, I'm sorry to burst your bubble then, but that probably won't be the case. But it shouldn't be the case. That's not your first draft, that's your zero draft. So it should be as messy as it wants. Maybe some sentences won't even make sense when you start revising, but that's alright as well. We have this short amount of time, so we are actually aiming for quantity, not for quality. We have a lot of revising to do later that will achieve this quality that we are aiming for. So the main goal in November is just get the bones of this story so we have something to work with afterwards. And last but not least is to remember that every single word matters and counts to your goal. And I really mean every single one. Even if you write, say, 100 words today, well, congratulations, you just have 49,900 left. Ideally, you would try to write 1,670 words, approximately, every day, but there's a high chance that you will have those very busy days where you would barely have any writing time, like you wouldn't be able to fit any writing time into your schedule, but that's alright. A common mistake, however, in such cases, is that people assume that just because they can't meet their daily goal, their daily word count for that day, well, there is no point in writing anyway. Wrong! Even if you write 200 or 300 words, it's a lot more than zero. And believe me, you will be thanking yourself when the end of NaNoWriMo approaches. So don't let yourself become a victim of this all or nothing attitude towards your daily stats and just try to write every day, because even if you write 5 words, that's going to be 5 words less to achieving 50,000. So yeah, a good way to do this is something that I feel like I've mentioned in every single NaNoWriMo prep video I've made, but I will repeat it once more as I really stand behind this thing, and it is to have your planner or daily schedule in hand. This actually leads me to the surprise that I mentioned earlier in the video, and it is that I'm giving you a free original NaNoWriMo writing schedule that you can just download and start using immediately. It has a designated space where you can write your daily goal if you have the same word count for every day and all the 30 days of November. In the small triangle, you can see the corresponding day in the up part, and the lower triangle is actually empty because this is the space you're going to fill when you complete the day. You can either put a tick or cover it with some pencils. It's pretty much up to you. And then in the big space, we have the place where you are going to write how many words you've written that day. And if you would like, you can add a plus or a minus sign and say how many words you surpass your daily goal or how short you are to meeting it. It's again just up to you and the way this works for you. And lastly, we have some free space on the left corner of the sheet where you can write your favorite writing quote or just a quote that keeps you going so you can feel motivated during those 30 days. If you would like to get this writing schedule, please write me an email and I'll be more than happy to send it to you. I will leave my email down in the description box. And the next thing that I wanted to share with you is that from next week I'm starting my NaNoWriMo writing vlogs. I'm going to do them weekly, and I'm really excited to share my experience with NaNoWriMo 2020 with you. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up today's video. I really hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on my new videos. Please let me know down in the comments if you're participating in NaNoWriMo and what are you planning to write. Thank you once more for watching, and I really hope to see you all next time. Until then, have a smiley week. Bye!